Hey, what's up? It's Modern Adulting, back again with another video. On this channel, we talk about personal finance, investing, business, taxes, generally anything that has to do with being grown up. So not too long ago, I asked this question on my Facebook, just kind of curious, didn't know what was gonna come out of it. A lot of times people ignore this kind of stuff, but I got some interesting responses, so I decided to make a quick video about my quick responses and maybe my plans about answering each kind of inquiry in detail. So the question was, what financial/adulting topic have you always wanted to know more about? So the first one was stocks. So that's a good one, especially right now as everybody's unemployed and businesses are going under. Looks like everything's doom and gloom, but the stock market has been kind of doing pretty well still. I'm definitely gonna cover stocks on this channel. My brief experience with that stuff, I got into it pretty early on when I graduated from college and I had a bit of money coming in, but I didn't really know what I was doing. Like any one of you guys, I had opened a Fidelity brokerage account. This was before Robinhood and all those other platforms became big, and invested in, I remember, a few stocks, but Twitter. At the time, it seemed Twitter was gonna be huge, and I mean, it is, but the stock did really poorly. I pretty much lost half of the money I put in. It wasn't that much, it was a few $100, but I remember just feeling so like, oh crap, I just lost money, I'm getting out. And yeah, that's definitely not the right way to invest. So this time around, things have changed. I have a bit more money, so I'm actually excited, and right now I think is a really good time to be looking at what stocks are worth buying, because even though the market seems to be up a bit right now, there's probably a lot of interestingly undervalued stocks which might be artificially kind of deflated by the lockdowns, you know. So when business is able to get back to normal, it'll be really interesting to see how these stocks recover. You know what, my actual plan on this is, you know, I was thinking I'll probably invest like half of what I got right now just in savings, because as you know, inflation is coming. The Fed's been printing money like nothing, so the inflation's going to be pretty bad. So stocks generally can kind of hedge against inflation. If you imagine if your money is in a savings account, now savings account interest rates have never been that high, but now they might even be zero or negative coming up here. And also, you know, the general value of your money is going to go down as prices start hiking with all the additional money that's been printed. It makes sense to actually take the money that you have and put it into something, an asset that is actually productive. So stocks is a productive asset. You buy a piece of a company, that company is creating value. The money that you put in, the piece of the company you own, will go up. So definitely makes sense. Next one was taxes. Now, that's a really good one too. I've always been confused about taxes. There's so much to know and every state is different. I actually ended up getting a CPA because I was running a business and had a job. So just two things to worry about: W-2, 1099. So how do you do that? It's definitely complicated, and I'm gonna share my experiences of my playthrough and how I've jumped certain hurdles and what I know. But I definitely, and all the information you get on this channel is definitely not professional advice. Definitely, what do they say? Go and find a financial advisor who can be not liable to be sued. Please don't sue me for this advice. So yeah, don't take everything I say with a grain of salt. Definitely do your own research, but I definitely will share my experiences in this because I have had some interesting experiences in dealing with taxes, especially when you're running a business, how to set yourself up right and reduce your tax liability. But I'm definitely trying to avoid giving more than I have to Uncle Sam. I've been reading a lot about different opinions on how we should be taxed and stuff like that. So it might be interesting to cover the political ideologies of, tax the rich or raise taxes for everybody, what kind of tax strategies, how did we get here, why the income tax. It would be very interesting to discuss that because I've heard some really cool ideas. So if you want that kind of content, let me know. Leave some comment. The next one was credit. So if you've been watching this channel at all, I'm huge on credit. I feel like credit is, if you understand credit, you probably don't really need to know too much about everything else because everything is based on credit. Like the whole money system, money forever will be based on credit for a very big reason. And to understand that reason, you got to go watch my other videos or read a book called Debt, The First 5,000 Years, and really understand what it is, because it's super important to understanding finance in this whole human civilization game we play. So definitely I'm going to talk more about credit for sure. It's just unavoidable. But in specific, when it comes to credit cards, I'll probably plug a few that I know have helped me out in my experience with them. If you have any specific credit card questions, especially business credit cards, though, that's a major plug. In building credit lines, I have some really interesting experience about building that for a business, because you can definitely be pulling a lot more capital. It's a very interesting way to raise money for your startup, etc. So that makes the world go round. Credit unions, which credit unions to use to bank with, get loans with. And I would say I gotta shout out some YouTube channels that I really enjoy the content of. I tend to like the kind of smaller channels, kind of under 100K subscribers, because they haven't quite sold out yet. And you can tell they're trying to protect their brand or image, and have to give a lot more. I don't know. They just change. So these guys seem to be still just putting it out there, just authentic, letting you know what they're finding. And so number one I found very recently has to be Credit Plug. He's a brother, support black people. He's putting out content like every other day, every day. I don't know when he sleeps. It's always like he has a new major game changer when it comes to finding some credit for people who have good credit, bad credit, etc. Some really great credit deals. He does reviews on different credit unions. That guy has great content, and I'm sure you'll find some really interesting stuff there. So check him out, Credit Plug on YouTube. So shout out to that guy. And also Jake Bro. I think that's how you say his last name. He's also kind of a smaller channel that's kind of come up, and he just tells it to you straight, has really great breakdowns, especially if you're interested in maximizing like rewards for credit cards. That guy has a really cool channel. Car interest rates. Oh, this one's good. Now I've got some really good experience on this, because a while back, after, I don't know, like 2 years, I had one of those cars. I started out when I actually was making decent money with just putting down a few thousand for a beater Toyota. But down the line, I was like, all right, I've been hustling, I've been grinding, time to treat myself. And my homie Enoch had put me on to the idea of financing your vehicle, and I was kind of scared. I mean, you always grow up thinking, credit is dangerous. It can blow up in your hands and you have to be careful. And people who get loans and stuff like that are probably stupid. They're gonna get in trouble. But when I actually looked into it, it's like, why wouldn't you? Especially, well, I would say if you have a good credit score and you make income, like you have a job, you have a good job, you're making some kind of income, taking care of yourself, why not finance? If you're in the 700s, it makes sense. It definitely makes sense. Because you can end up paying a lot less for your vehicle, especially if you shop around and find good deals on it. All right, the last thing is insurance. I wasn't sure what kind of insurance they said, but or what kind of insurance they were interested in, but I assume car insurance is kind of like the number one thing, unless they're advanced and they're like thinking life insurance. Now that's pretty cool. I don't know too much about that, but I've heard some interesting plays that you can pull off with getting a life insurance policy, especially when you're young. Traveler's insurance, yeah, Do you need insurance when you go abroad? Like, do you need a special kind of insurance for health, or will your normal insurance cover it? That might be interesting to go into. We actually had a conversation about that with my friend and I on, whether we needed to do that. And yeah, that might be cool to research in depth. Somebody mentioned college a while ago, and I definitely want to talk more about that. And I'm going to precaution you because this channel is definitely going to be a lot more in the way of risky, more interesting strategies, because there's so many people who tell you like go to school, work hard, get a job, get married, like the cookie cutter, and it's everywhere. You don't need me to tell you that. So I'm probably going to be talking about more interesting ways to go about it, maybe non-conventional ways, much more risky ways. But like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. Everything you take from this channel is going to be on you, on if you decide to use it or not. But I definitely have some hot takes on college as an investment, and maybe a good strategy on how to maximize its value without killing yourself. A lot of people become slaves to that college debt. So yeah, actually I think it'll be cool to break down the debt that I still have, because something I've always wanted to explore in depth is how worth it is it to pay off your college loans quickly? Because a lot of my friends around my age are like, oh, I gotta pay down this debt, I gotta pay down this debt. Hey, do you want to go do something fun, travel the world? No, I gotta pay down this debt. So that seems like a interesting way to live. So I have a different take on it. I feel like you should service that debt if you have like federal student loans, which are pretty low interest and stable. So it might be worth it to look at, all right, what would be the opportunity cost here involved when you pay off your loan versus you just kind of keeping it around, as long as you're not owing and you're making your payments on time. Maybe there's a different play you can make with that stuff. So college debt, how to manage that. That seems like a really great topic. But anyways, I've been ranting for a while now, and this is just me trying to get out here more and talk to you guys more. Like I've said before in earlier videos, this is definitely not a financial guru thing. This is more of a discussion. I'm going to show you the things that I've learned. I want you to also contribute comments, etc. I'm thinking about doing a Discord. Maybe if somebody wants to do like a live with me and discussing, maybe we can break down your financial situation, or discuss if you want to challenge me on some of my ideas on, whether it's worth it to go to college or not. That'd be fun. That'd be really cool. Just start the conversation, because these are important conversations, especially now in this whole new climate, this new world order. Anyways, this has been Modern Adulting. Hope you're doing well. Hit that like button and the bell as well. Yeah, thank you.